Hey guys, and welcome back to the Geeks of the Multiverse podcast. I'm Brandon, and as always, I'm joined by Will.
Hi guys.
This episode will be our July 2025 recap, where we'll be discussing some of the news from the last month. So join us as we talk about plenty of DC news. James Gunn has recently taken to Twitter and a bunch of different interviews and podcasts and discussed Wonder Woman, The Flash, Aquaman, Sergeant Rock, Brave and the Bold, Authority, Booster Gold, Peacemaker, and all the rest of the stuff currently going on in the DC universe. And then our next topic, on the flip side, will be Kevin Feige, who has recently come out and talked about a bunch of MCU news, including X-Men stuff, Blade stuff, Avengers Doomsday stuff, and also recasting Iron Man, Captain America, and the rest of the OG Avengers post-Secret Wars. And then we'll wrap up today's podcast with a spoiler review of Superman, as promised in our non-spoiler review that we did, what was it, Will, about 3 weeks ago, a month ago?
Yeah, about that.
Cool, so without further ado, let's get into it. Right, so the Peacemaker Season 2 trailer. We're going to start off with talking about that because it has recently been San Diego Comic-Con, probably the deadest San Diego Comic-Con we've had in a couple of years. But that's largely due to Marvel and DC not really being there, apart from this with the Peacemaker panel. What did you reckon to the trailer?
Actually, before that, was Marvel there at all? Was Fantastic Four there?
No, they weren't. No, Marvel didn't have anything there. I don't think.
Oh,
I mean, even like the Hasbro stuff with like the Marvel Legends reveal, that was all really quite dry. Like, it was a real nothing Comic-Con. It kind of just passed me by.
yeah. I feel like it was a missed opportunity for like Superman not to be there. Would have been a big statement.
Superman to be there, I don't think, because the movie's already been out for a few weeks. I wouldn't have thought they would.
I don't know. I think that it would help towards it if they were on the stage.
I mean, possibly. Would have been nice for Marvel to have been there and showcased a few things, but I'd imagine they're probably saving a lot of that for D23.
Yeah, they like to do it on their
I don't
own
even
time.
know when. Yeah, I think since COVID's really changed so much about the way these studios operate. Because the last real big Comic-Con, I tell a lie, actually, the one last year had the whole Doomsday reveal. So, yeah. The real big one was 2019.
Yeah, the last one before that was probably, I remember, was it 2013? It was quite a big one, or 2014.
Oof,
for like DC. Yeah.
What was that when they announced like a Cyborg movie and a Flash movie?
No, the BVS one.
Oh, the BVS. Oh, yes.
Well, they have like the Superman logo, and then like the Batman logo appears on it or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one I slightly
that
remember.
was pretty wicked. But yeah, the Peacemaker Season 2 trailer, it showcased a lot more of the I guess the drive behind the story. Like, we knew it was going to be featuring this parallel universe. It's not a multiverse story. James Gunn has recently said it's not like let's go through the multiverse. It's like there is this one other world that Chris keeps going to because it is the perfect world for him. Also, it seems at first it would be my guess, and it will probably turn south the more we see of it. But yeah, this is a universe that, you know, him and Hardcore are together. The team's all happy, and he's a world-renowned superhero, and he's loved, and his dad is a nice guy, and he's in a superhero team with him, and presumably his usually dead brother. So he's alive potentially. So yeah, there's this one world that Chris keeps going to live out his fantasies, and he comes into contact with himself from that other universe. They presumably have a fight, and my guess would be he kills that version, because as we see from a point in the trailer when he's talking to Vigilante about this other world, and Vigilante's like, "Oh, you're telling me you got a pocket universe and whatever." They're carrying like cleaning supplies as they head towards the door.
Yeah.
So my guess would be he accidentally kills this other Peacemaker, and that puts him in even more of a prime situation to just take his place. and it is up to the team, to the 11th Street kids, to get him back into their universe and to sort of, show him that they need him and they want him around and all that good stuff. What did you reckon?
If Economos doesn't have like 4 ex-wives, I'll be disappointed in the other universe.
I want him to be Giga Chad.
He's like, like in the comics, he has like a bunch of ex-wives.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd like that. That would be very funny. That's like his dream, or at least probably not being probably not the divorce bit, but the rest of it is probably exactly what he'd want. So I think that would be funny. And well, what you were saying about the fighting stuff, I think that it's a complete like outlandish like idea that I had. It's not even like based on anything. It's just how I think it's gonna go, with no evidence at all. Is that he's not gonna kill the other Peacemaker, but he's gonna like trap him accidentally in one of the other like doorways in his like house in the pocket dimension he's got. And because there's that one scene, right, where they're not what did that? There's that other like team, the cleanup crew guys. They're looking around and they see that like really weird universe where it's all like giant skull people. I think that the other Peacemaker might get trapped in one of them. It's completely with no like base to this at all. I'm just throwing it out there.
Or even that he just traps him in like in his universe, and then he breaks free. And, there could be something to him trapping him and holding him hostage or something. Yeah, that could be cool. So yeah, this story is supposed to be a lot bigger in scale than the first series. It's set one month. I was going to say 1 year. Then it's 1 month, isn't it? James Gunn said after Superman. Yeah, 1 month after Superman, and James has confirmed once again that there will be surprise cameos from the past and future DC projects in Peacemaker Season 2. So I'm guessing a lot of Superman crossover there, because obviously they were filming at the same time, so it wouldn't have been difficult for them
around the corner,
and sometimes on the same like studio lot as well, or on the lots next door to each other. So yeah, it wouldn't be difficult for a Lex Luthor or a Jimmy Olsen or a Lois Lane to appear. We already know that what's his name, Otis is going to be there. One of the other guys from the Lex Luthor Corp.
The mustache guy,
mustachioed man. Green Lantern, Maxwell Lord, and Hawkgirl, of course, we know are going to be there. So yeah, I'd imagine there's some of that. I mean, I know the Booster Gold, and we'll get onto this later. The Booster Gold series is just sort of maybe starting to ramp up and get a showrunner and a potential showrunner and a writer of the pilot. But I really wouldn't be surprised if he's like a big cameo at the end.
Booster Gold.
Yeah, pure speculation, and this is more so based on the.
Does he have anything to do with Peacemaker, really?
No, not really, no. But I'm just kind of thinking like he could sort of come back with a threat from the future or something, or he's trying to stop something or whatever. You know what I mean?
Lois. Lois is the key.
Oh God, yeah, no, that does sound a bit too familiar, actually.
They don't want homework for the DCU. So I don't know.
No, I suppose not. I mean, one good thing is, and I'm really hoping that they cross over in something, whether it be a season of Peacemaker or the Blue Beetle animated series. But Jaime Reyes, he has a lot of connections with Peacemaker in the comics, and I would love to see them two interact. I think Jolo and John would be a great, really fun pairing. I highly doubt Blue Beetle's going to show up, but that would be sick.
Has there been anything about that animated series? I don't think I've heard about it since they announced it. I don't even remember when they announced it.
They didn't. It's never been officially said. I think Peter Safran's maybe mentioned it a couple of times, but the only person who really talks about it is Jolo.
He's made it up in his head.
Does he know?
Where is it from? It was from Deadline that said it, apparently.
Oh yeah.
When was this?
No, I think that's ramping up fairly soon. I'd imagine it's probably that might be what James is talking about when he said that there's a project that's only maybe a couple of days or a couple of weeks away from being greenlit. It could very well be that.
Yeah, I mean, it was last.
It has been
June.
in production for a little while, or pre-production rather.
And it is continuing the story from the 2023 movie. So
yes, which I wish way more people saw. Because I loved it.
It was very fun.
I know you liked it as well. Yeah. Brilliant film. If you haven't, definitely check it out. It's if you liked Superman or if you just like good comic book movies, yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. But yeah, onto some more DC news. James Gunn has come out and talked about Wonder Woman and confirmed that it is being written by Anna Nogueira, the writer of Supergirl, and the writer of the upcoming Teen Titans project. That is been put a little bit more on the back burner. There was a whole kerfuffle on Twitter where James said that, but the people said that she'd submitted the Teen Titans script or a first draft of it, and now she's on to Wonder Woman. And James was like, "No, that doesn't even exist." And people were like, "What? So she's not writing Teen Titans?" And he was like, "No, she is." But we've never seen a draft of it. She's just put that on the back burner while she's prioritizing Wonder Woman. So I guess we know what order those things are going to be coming out. So they're really prioritizing Wonder Woman at the minute and trying to get that movie out there. Obviously, as we know, Anna Nogueira, she's, from what we hear, she's a brilliant scriptwriter, and she turned in an incredible script for Supergirl. So I have every bit of faith that she's going to do a fantastic job with Wonder Woman, and she must be good for them to keep getting her to pen different big projects within the DC universe.
I thought she could have been doing like Batman. They've got a undisclosed writer on that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I feel like if it was her, they probably would have said something about it because she's kind of like already a writer that's on their books. I think this is someone else, someone potentially very exciting.
Yeah, and then we find out it's the person that wrote The Flash.
And I would cry.
All the excitement goes away.
Yeah, that would be very disappointing.
That's my like bet is that it's her, and that's why they're not announcing it yet, because they know that people wouldn't be very happy with it. But
yeah, because I mean the whole thing is that they don't want pressure being put on that writer, because I mean just look at the pressure that's been put on Matt Reeves over the last few years.
I mean, they also wrote the Batgirl film,
which supposedly wasn't. I mean, some people say it wasn't great. We will never know because it doesn't exist. Or
yeah,
it does,
gone
but
now.
It's never been released.
Do you think it does exist still, or do you think they've
hold on. Oh. Speaking of which, we've made a video recently on the cancelled and then revived Coyote vs. Acme movie. And it had a very similar treatment to Batgirl and another movie, Scoob Holiday Haunt, where it got shelved for a tax write-off a few years ago. You may have heard about it. So that's just come out. Make sure to check that out. Sorry, I just had to...
No. That's fine by me.
Yeah, I do think a cut of the film definitely exists. It's in their vaults somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't have, burnt it. But we'll never see it.
Are you sure they would never have, but wouldn't have got rid of it? Because I think it would technically now be illegal for them to release it in any sort of capacity. So I think it would be safer for them to get rid of it.
What, to avoid any leaks?
Mm-hmm. I assume that the legal repercussions, even for it being leaked, would be quite tough on them.
I mean, to be fair, as mentioned in the video I made, Coyote vs. Acme there was rumors going around at one point just before Ketchup Entertainment bought the film that the film was going to be destroyed. Yeah. So potentially, maybe Batgirl was destroyed. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. It's either been destroyed or it's kicking around in a vault somewhere, and like I said, we'll never see it either way, which is a shame because a lot of time was put into that and a lot of love. And also, I would have loved to have seen Brendan Fraser's Firefly.
They could still bring him back.
Absolutely.
I don't know if he'd agree to it because they destroyed his film potentially. But
I mean, I think this is a different case because it's it's technically a different studio that would be hiring him.
That's true. But the paycheck still comes from the same place. That's true.
Oh yeah,
he'll probably work for you.
Yeah, but he was Robot Man on Doom Patrol for a few years, so
that's true as well. Yeah. See what he's up to these days, and see if he's working on any Warner Brothers films.
Yeah. Anything?
I don't know what these are. None of these tell me. They don't tell me who's making them. It doesn't say the studio, so.
Yeah. But yeah, Wonder Woman being fast tracked could be eyeing a potential 2026 production. Could very well come out. I don't know, maybe late 2027. For all we know, if the script writing goes well and all the pre-production and all the production goes smoothly, yeah, we could be seeing a Wonder Woman film very, very soon. So yeah, and speaking of releases, HBO Max spin-offs, Mr. Terrific and Jimmy Olsen, they could be getting their own, not combined, individual spin-off TV shows on HBO Max. James Gunn has said that he is interested in doing spin-offs on certain characters from the Superman movie, and those would be perfect fits. Jimmy Olsen is a sort of a dream TV show for me for quite a few years now. I really would love a kind of a campy Silver Age Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen kind of TV show where just like the wackiest crap happens to this very normal guy. And Mr. Terrific was a real standout in the Superman movie, so I would love to see a spin-off for him, whether that be the Terrifics, which I think is a bit too soon for him at the minute, or just a solo project. That would be swell.
I think that the Jimmy Olsen stuff, I don't know where it came from, but the rumor was that it's like sort of like an anthology series where it's going to be like just a bunch of like DC villains are in it. I don't know.
That would be dope. That would be really, really sick. Gorilla Grodd was one of the said rumored villains. Actually, he was the only rumored villain at this point. And we have seen him before in Creature Commandos, albeit very briefly. So yeah, and James Gunn clearly has an affinity for apes in his projects. So, or just animals in general. So I would not be surprised at all if that were the case. But yeah, I mean, those are probably quite a ways off yet. They're just kind of things in the pipeline that could be, things, just names that could be being thrown around. We've had this before with Marvel for years. Every 2 weeks, there's like a Marvel is considering developing the Blob project, and it's like, well, yeah, of course they are. They're considering everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is just one of those things where just names and projects, ideas are being thrown around the office that may or may not amount to anything.
Who the hell was that throwing around the Blob?
I was just it was you.
It was you.
I was throwing around my biggest dream in the world of having a Blob franchise.
The big wheel.
Where he teams up with Squirrel Girl and Spider-Man villain the Beetle.
Do you think Kevin Feige has like a trapdoor in his room? He has like an office in his office. He has like a lever on his desk where he pulls it, and someone who like comes in suggesting some stupid series just gets sent to like Fox like dungeon.
Gets sent to the nether realm.
It gets sent to the Fox, like the basement where all the Fox people are.
No, they get sent to the spunk.
Ah, it's a pipeline.
That's how we ended up with Madam Web.
Yeah, he has a pipeline to oh, what's her name? Who's the Sony lady?
Oh, Amy, not Amy Pascal. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like a secret tunnel to the Sony offices. What was this about? A Morbius film, you said?
Oh, interesting. Could you just take a few steps forward, please? No, that's perfect. Thank you. Have fun. But yeah, those are just some ideas being thrown around. Obviously, something we know that is happening is Lanterns, and that is coming out early 2026. Probably any time from, I would guess, February, March to about May would constitute as early 2026.
There is
certainly before Supergirl.
Yeah, there is like an unlisted DC project coming out in May, so it's probably Lanterns.
Oh, it could be that then, yeah. Actually, so I don't know who it is that's working on the show. It was just a tweet I saw earlier today that they're confirming space stuff. Let me see if I can pull up what it was that they said exactly. Oh yeah, James Hawes. I don't know who that is. Guarantees intergalactic aspects for the Lanterns. It won't disappoint classic fans, he said. We get to meet characters in quite a rooted way before it takes you intergalactic, which I think for that.
I think he's one of the directors.
Is he? Yeah, that would be my guess, but I didn't know for sure. But yeah, that's good. I'm glad that is the case. Because you can't do a Green Lantern project without taking it intergalactic and doing some cool, cosmic, bright, colorful space shit. But yeah, hopefully it's executed well, and we get some cool costumes for Hal and John. But yeah, speaking of characters that appear in the Justice League, God, that was probably the worst segue I've ever done. Flash, that was a reach. Flash and Aquaman won't be on screen for at least another 2 years. I think James Gunn said this, or it was something that was thrown around on Twitter. Some guy who just reported a bunch of stuff, a very reliable source. I don't know. It's been a long month of a lot of news, so forgive me for not keeping 100% track on stuff. But yeah, this makes complete and utter sense. They were the last 2 Justice League members and big players in the DC universe to get big live action movies and projects and be on the big screen. So it doesn't surprise me at all that that perhaps DC Studios wants to take a little pause on those 2 characters before they make their DCU debuts. And yeah, that makes complete and utter sense. Actually, recently on I've been watching the Peacemaker season 1 podcast where James Gunn, Jennifer Holland, Steve Agee, and then they get a guest in sometimes from the show. Goes through and they rewatch the show, and then they do an episode, like a podcast episode per episode of the series. James Gunn has recently confirmed that the Aquaman reference in episode 1 isn't canon. Is the only thing in that episode not to be canon, because he doesn't believe that Aquaman is a hero that's out there at the minute.
Big famous,
yeah. He's... Same goes for Batmite in episode 2.
No.
Which really, really is. But I did see a tweet shortly afterwards, which was someone saying that they want Robert Pattinson to play Batmite in the universe, to do one of his weird little voices that he does. And now this is my Roman Empire.
This is your new number 1 fan cast. Robert Pattinson does Batmite.
I need this with all my heart, especially considering that the voice actor, was it Pee Wee Herman?
It was the guy who played Pee Wee Herman, yeah.
Yeah, the guy who voiced him in Batman the Brave and the Bold is obviously dead, so they can't get him. So yeah, get Robert Pattinson in. That would be so funny. That would be even better than getting him as Batman, because that would piss off people that are like really champion him as Batman in the DCU, and it'd be like, what? They got him in as Batmite? But that would be incredible. I think he would absolutely nail that. He's just such a weird little guy. I think I'm talking about Robert Pattinson here.
Yeah.
I think he could absolutely nail it. But yeah.
What's your segue this time? What's the transition here?
I'm working on it. All right, what is the next topic? Okay. So Batmite isn't in season 1 of Peacemaker, but maybe he's in season 2, which is coming very soon to HBO Max. Speaking of things that are coming sooner rather than later, James Gunn, his next film that isn't a direct Superman sequel but involves Superman is expected to be announced, and I quote, sooner rather than later. Fuck yeah, I did it.
Nice.
Guys, I'm so sorry. This is going to be such a cracked podcast. I'm so tired. I'm on like reserve energy. So yeah, what do you think that is? Because like, it involves Superman.
He's a major character. Is the exact quote he said about 10 minutes ago.
Oh really?
Yeah. So
Superman is a major character in it.
Yeah. The exact quote is, "This is the same." Oh, so he said something about it like earlier today, and he said, "This is the same movie. Superman has a major role. It's not Superman 2."
Okay.
So it's
because we had a Superman 2.
Yeah, it's Superman II.
II. He's a pirate this time.
Yeah. It's that's why they're not announcing it, because it's a brave new direction that Superman is a pirate. And okay, I don't know where I'm going with that, but he says that he's a major character, so I'm just gonna assume, like everyone else, that it's a Superman and Supergirl team up film against like Brainiac.
Fuck yeah, I'd be so down for that.
Or maybe, do you think they're gonna do the other Kryptonians? Do you think they're gonna have Zod in the DCU? It didn't. I don't think he's shown up yet.
He hasn't. No. I think they would probably, that would be a character that, especially since appearing again in the Flash only quite recently, I think they would definitely hold off on Zod, break, or maybe never
do it, or do him completely different to like, like the one they have in My Adventures with Superman. He's just like completely fucking different.
I can't remember. All I see is triangles.
He's a weird triangle guy, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, shocker. Everything's a big triangle guy in that show, but no, I don't remember 100%. Or do I? Maybe I do.
He's the guy with the helmet on, I'm pretty sure. Is
that not Brainiac?
No. Oh no, is that him? Was he in it? I swear he was in it. He was a weird looking guy anyway.
Was he not the villain of season 1 and then Brainiac was the villain of season 2?
I don't think so. Maybe he wasn't in it.
Maybe he wasn't then. I don't know. It is a good show though.
They told he wasn't in it. Oh, I thought he was in it. They told them not to use it.
Oh yeah, because they couldn't even use like Lex, and they got around it by being jammy and calling him Alexander.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah,
they did for season 2.
And then season 2, they just call him Lex because they're like, this is dumb. We should be able to use Lex Luthor. What the fuck are you on about? But yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, this sequel. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it was. I think that the picks are either World's Finest, Superman and the Authority, or like you say, a Superman, Supergirl team up. I'm trying to think of maybe like a riff on calling it like Action Comics, but not comics, because obviously it's not a comic. But yeah. Yeah, that would be really cool, and I think them fighting Brainiac would be a fucking awesome film. Yeah, that would be dope. But yeah, so what is the next topic? Because there's a few things that are moving around on my screen right now. Booster Gold. That series is back in development after a very halted pre-production, should we say? David Jenkins is set to write the pilot. I've never seen anything that he's done. I'm going to be so honest. I looked into some of his stuff. I didn't really recognize any of it. But he made a post about it, and he seems very excited about it and seems very passionate about it, which is all I can ask for from anyone working on any DCU project or Marvel project. Yeah, I for one am really excited for this series. This was up the top of my list, not at the very top, but it was amongst the top when James Gunn first made his announcement of all the Gods and Monsters Chapter 1 projects. And I've been gutted to see not much come of it so far. So yeah, hopefully that gets a move on soon. And I'm still hoping that Kumail Nanjiani isn't Booster Gold, because I love him to bits, but I just think maybe he's too old for Booster. I think Booster should be like mid 30s, kind of
30.
Yeah, I think Booster should be in his 30s. Yeah, and I just don't think I want what is he, like 50 odd year old Booster Gold? Like his acting would be great for it. We've seen it in loads of stuff, like when he played Kingo in Eternals. But just, I need someone younger. I need a bit more longevity from my Booster Gold.
Especially with a lot of the other characters being a lot older now as well. Like Hal Jordan is old. We can assume that Batman's got to be like 45, based on
I mean, maybe. We don't know that. They just said that he's going to be older than Superman.
Well, I was only
like
deducting because in Creature Commandos, the Dr. Phosphorus says that he's been like transformed for 15 years. And then obviously we see Batman in there, so he's been active for like at least 15 years, or
so like maybe 20 years or something. Potentially, yeah.
And Batman he starts at 30 usually. That's sort of,
they can shift that up to like 25 though.
Yeah, I think they did in the Batman, or they made it a bit older. I can't remember which way around it was. Well, he's a bit younger.
No, they made it a bit younger. Yeah, I think he's supposed to be in his 20s, which they better get a move on with part 2 and 3.
How do you do, fellow kids? It's me, Batman.
What's up, youths? Freeze!
The Joker. I heard he was dead.
Last time I saw you, you were in a retirement home. It was today. I'm also in a retirement home. But yeah, that's happening. As other stuff that's happening, Sergeant Rock is moving forward and is close to starting production, or starting pre-production, should I say, and being greenlit and what have you. But unfortunately, Luca Guadagnino is no longer attached to the project, which is absolutely gutting. It really is. Because that was one of the things I was most excited about with this film, was like, fuck yeah, Luca's great. Like, I would love to see him direct a grounded DCU movie. But unfortunately, that's not going to be happening. But maybe now, he could do something else if anything tickles his fancy over the next sort of few years. But yeah, and something that's not happening is The Authority, which the writer moved on to a different DCU project, and is killing it. Now rumors are going about that James could be talking about himself.
He
there,
absolutely
as
is
we know,
talking
The Authority
about himself.
Yeah, almost definitely.
We
know The Authority was a passion project of his.
Yeah, he says it in the video. There's a video of like when they asked him about what was happening, and he was like, the writer has moved on to another project.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he could have been going on to say a different.
I moved them. Yeah,
like
it
the
probably
director,
was him.
but I would imagine so, because yeah, as we know, he loves the authority, and he's currently working on a DCU project himself, and yeah, like he said, the writer just couldn't crack it. The script wasn't good enough. And I really don't think he would necessarily say that about another writer. He just would have perhaps had a bit more tact and said like, "Oh yeah, it just wasn't working out," instead of like, "Yeah, the script just wasn't good enough." I think he wouldn't say that about another writer. He would,
yeah,
but he would be totally fine saying that about himself. So yeah. Unfortunate, especially since you have the engineer in Superman, which is kind of like a weird inclusion.
yeah. If the authority's not happening, it's just extra weird because she's like a very weird version of the engineer.
Yeah, she's not really comic book accurate in her like personality.
Yeah,
we see cracks of it, like, but she in the comics she's supposed to be the more diplomatic, softer, nicer member of the authority.
And in Superman, she's turned into an oven glove and whacked at people by Superman.
Yeah, we don't really see a lot of that from her. We see cracks of it here and there, but not heaps. But yeah, so that's another script that's
Gone.
not going forward. Something that is, on the other hand, though not confirmed by James himself, Matthew Orton has submitted a script for the Bane and Deathstroke film.
Lovely.
Sure. I don't know what the film is. I don't think it's going to be like Bane and Deathstroke. I think it will be like they'll be the leads of it, and it'll be maybe a team of sorts or
the Bane Squad.
What are we? Some kind of Bane Squad? But yeah, I guess. I mean, if it moves forward, I'm cool. I guess. Sure. I don't really have a lot to say about it.
Yeah,
we don't really know a lot about this project. I don't know what it could be.
I don't.
Yeah.
I can't like pinpoint a connection between the two that is worth making a film about.
Exactly. Yeah. But I mean, I guess if a story's there, then a story's there. But no such story really exists at the moment. So I can't really guess or take any jabs at what it might be. But yeah, speaking of duos that that could be getting movies, I kind of hope this one doesn't happen.
Man. These segues are incredible.
Thanks, man. This is. You can see me slowly giving up with every topic change. Like speaking of movies, this is another one.
Speaking of humans, we're on to the next topic here.
So characters
in the DC universe.
DC.
You've heard of these things called movies, right?
So you know the podcast. This is more of it.
So we do think there are these words called topics, and the next one is also a topic.
I need to do this more often. Just sleep deprived, overworked podcast. This is the most fun I've had all day. Joker and Harley.
Okay.
Joker and Harley.
The Joker. Speaking of places on planet Earth, like a city, it's Gotham.
Okay. Oh, right. Joker and Harley. God, this is cracked. Joker and Harley. They've got a movie. No, they haven't.
No,
Zach Kreger pitched a Joker and Harley movie that takes place in Gotham, very horror centric, and it is Zach's favorite thing that he ever wrote. I hope this one doesn't happen. Not because I don't want someone to get their movie made, and I don't think they deserve a movie in the DC universe. I just, having seen one very recently, even though it is an Elseworlds tale, I just don't need another Joker and Harley film just yet.
Mm-hmm. They need to give both those characters a break.
I think so. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do with these characters because they are staple characters within the DC universe, and they definitely deserve to shine in the new DCU. But I just I'm like I don't. This is what it is, right? I don't mind them being in other stuff, but I don't need another solo project or a project that focuses on them too much. I don't need them to be the main villains or the protagonists or the main character. I don't need them at the forefront. If you're gonna do a Batman film and you want Joker in it, cool. Do it to the extent that the Batman did. Just have him in for a scene, and that'll do. I don't want to see this fucking clown roaming around on the screen for another fucking 2 hours. I don't care. I don't stop it for a little. Just give me a fucking breather for a couple of years. I don't care anymore about these fucking characters.
You know what? I was really confused what you were talking about then. I completely forgot that Joker 2 existed. I was like, what?
Wait, really?
Yeah, I just completely forgot it was a thing.
That whole spiel that I went on, and you was like,
I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? And it's like, oh, they made a film a year ago, exactly like this. Yeah, we don't need this.
No. It's unfortunate timing because if it really is a good script, then it's fuck, man, that's so frustrating because
come back to it in 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. Because that film that came out last year was just really fucking bad. And I don't. It wasn't really fucking bad. It was just.
It was really bad.
It wasn't really bad. It was.
You're allowed to say it. It's okay. So
maybe I need to watch it again. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it again, but maybe I need to watch it again. Is what it is to decide on whether it is bad or good, subjectively, in my opinion. But I just think it wasn't great, and we don't need another movie for these two characters. Just fuck off for a few years and then come back and do something cool. But yeah, that's a really somber ending to our DC section. But moving on to Marvel, Kevin Feige, head of Marvel, has come out and said that there are plans to recast major characters like the X-Men, Iron Man, and Captain America, and so on and so forth. Post Secret Wars, all in an attempt to streamline the MCU into a single universe, not reboot, but streamline, like a soft reboot, kind of what James has kind of done with the DC universe, in the sense that
Peacemaker sticking around. I guess
yeah. To be fair, in probably in a far less confusing way, because we will have a movie that actively shows people that there is a reset. This is what the Flash should have been and should have done.
If only there was a film that came out 2 years ago that was said to do that and didn't whatsoever.
Right, yeah. Actually, can I just? I'm sleep deprived and I'm going crazy, but can I just? I'm gonna fucking rant for a second because the whole Joker and Harley thing pissed me off, and now I'm on a roll with feeling frustrated about stuff, and yeah. You had the Flash movie, right? And this is your perfect opportunity to okay, a reboot's coming up. Perhaps they didn't know a reboot was coming up at the time of when they started making that film.
They changed the ending though.
They sure as hell, yeah, exactly. They sure as hell knew it by the end. More than that, they shot about 5 endings for that movie. One of which was like a month before the fucking thing came out. You could have very easily left it ambiguous at the end as to the state of the universe. You could have very easily just sort of set up this soft reboot and just really, and it could have helped spell it out for audiences that, oh yes, this is a clean slate for the DC universe going forward. Some shit's the same, some shit's different. But you fucked it so bad. Anyway. That's what Marvel are doing. Secret Wars, they're gonna go, right, okay, this movie ends, and however it ends, it's gonna soft reboot this entire universe, and sort of revitalize the universe and streamline it into one singular timeline. Obviously the multiverse will probably still exist because it always does. They always say they're getting rid of the multiverse, but it still fucking exists.
It never goes anywhere.
And that's okay. That's fine. But like, this will streamline the MCU and their approach to movie making going forward. In another attempt to do this, Kevin Feige has come out and said that, you know, they're allowing TV shows to be TV shows going forward, kind of going back to the old Netflix and ABC model of doing things, where like
the normal way,
you do your TV stuff, we do our movie stuff. Sometimes you'll get a crossover, sometimes shit will affect shit, but predominantly this is like, you can watch this TV show without having to see this movie, and you can watch this movie without having to have seen this TV show, which is far easier for people to cope with. I understand what they were thinking, all very integrated like a comic book, and that's all very well and good. And for people like me who watch everything, that's fine. But people don't watch everything, so it's become way too difficult. Like you. There's a reason I make the comic book and movie videos and he makes the gaming videos, because
not all of them.
Given up.
Yeah, I've given up, man.
Bro's given up. But yeah, this is good news. I mean, I'm excited for, although it's going to break my heart to see a recasted Iron Man and Captain America, at the same time, I'm so fucking excited for it, man, because I can't wait to see like Steve Rogers and Tony Stark back in the MCU with more adventures continuing without the pressure of like, oh, but it has to be RDJ and it has to be Chris Evans. Like, no, we can move on. We can evolve.
Do you think this is also signaling them like ending like the legacy characters, what they've been trying to do? You know, like Ironheart and
no, I think what it is more that they're just going to live alongside each other like they do in the comics right now. Like that's always been what legacy characters.
Well, yeah, but
Marvel,
that's what I mean. Like have them all together rather than, you know, there's just Iron Man, or, you know, they can't coexist. They can't have Iron Man and Ironheart. Ironheart's got to be the next Iron Man, or, you know, fucking Steve and Falcon. He cannot be Captain America. It's got to be Steve, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah,
they can both be Captain America.
And that's how it was in the comics, you know. I mean, these legacy characters have served to replace these characters for a certain amount of time. But, you know, I think Marvel struggles with this more than DC do, because, like, Wally was the Flash for, like, 20 fucking years before Barry came back. But, like, you know, currently, you know, both Steve and Sam are the Falcon. Captain America. That's right. The first thing I said, actually, no, they're both Captain America, and, you know, Jane and Thor, they've coexisted as Thors, and, you know, Riri and Tony, they coexist. Like, I think that's more so what we're going to be getting. And for me, I'm really just excited to see characters who post certain characters' deaths and retirements I never thought would interact with certain characters. Which I was really gutted about, because I was like, I really want Tony Stark to be able to interact with Reed Richards, and now we'll be able to get that, which is really cool. But yeah, anything more to say on that?
I was gonna say something and I've completely forgotten it.
Okay. Well, come back to me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I remember.
Hello.
I was saying it's probably, if people can't, you know, they're not getting the picture of what this is, like the ending of Days of Future Past, where the X-Men, you know, the thing happens in the past, and then Wolverine wakes up in the future again, and like everything's just different. Everything's happy. The characters are all still alive, or they're back alive. And the future's different.
Yeah. So all the stuff that happened before happened, but you got a clean slate. And you get to move forward with a more streamlined universe, which is cool. I can't wait.
Which didn't happen with those X-Men films, so ignore anything after what I said.
it only got messier from there. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I can't wait for the Avengers and the X-Men and the Fantastic Four all to live and reside within the same universe in this big, finally fully fledged Marvel universe. If only Sony would give up the rights to Spider-Man. But yeah, obviously that's post Secret Wars. But before then, we have Avengers Doomsday, which oh boy, the Marvel method really lives on. Apparently, the scripts, according to Rebecca Romaine, who is the actress for Mystique. Yes. According to her, the script is still not finished.
The third act apparently is just, it's not, I don't remember who, this is a scoop up person saying this, but it just doesn't exist. Like, there's no third act of the film yet, and they're like halfway through filming.
Which is insane. Obviously, I'd imagine it's not like they're shooting it blind and shooting it on the go.
They're making the lines up as they go along.
Yeah, like obviously the film is, the script writing is probably marginally ahead of the acting. And I would imagine
they're reading the lines on like from the script, and it just like ends. Like, what do we do now?
Yeah, they're like,
it just cuts off halfway through the line. They're like,
yeah,
Iron Man, like, what are you doing? Hit. What do we do now?
And that's the black.
Yeah,
that's the end of the film. But yeah, like I'd imagine they know how the movie ends, and they know all the plot beats that need to happen. They just haven't written it yet. They haven't written the dialogue or haven't penned in what the fight scenes are and what they look like and what have you. This is not unheard of for Marvel Studios. Eben Moss-Backrack recently said that, you know, even with Fantastic Four, like, you know, the script wasn't, he never really read a full script. Like, the script wasn't really finished. They were kind of writing it and finishing it as they shot. And this has been a thing that's happened since Iron Man 1, which is like, it's great, it works for a lot of stuff, but for a film of this scale and importance, you really don't want to spend a little bit more time finishing the fucking thing before you go and shoot it? Do you not want to hang fire a little bit?
Do you think part of it is to avoid leaks, or potentially, you know, that part of the script getting leaked? Because typically that's the most, I don't want to say the most important part of the film, but it's the most climactic part of the film.
No, because I would imagine with that they would just not show the script to anyone apart from like the Russo brothers would have their copies, and that would be it, and then they would give pages out here, you know, and scenes out as and when required. It's just, yeah, it's a really unfortunate way of making films, and as an actor myself who would love to be in a Marvel movie, at the same time it really breaks my heart because it seems like such a horrible way to work and a horrible way to make a movie. Like it's really not a healthy way to make a film, in my opinion. I think, you know, say what you will about any DCU project that comes out between now and the next 10 years, whether you love them or hate them, that is the way you should be making films. You should write the script and then you start production. You don't, you know what I mean? Like, It's fine to do rewrites and ad-libs and improvisations on the day, but like, finish the fucking script. Don't, you know what? Like, it just seems really backwards to me, and I would shit myself if I got a script and I was like,
"What's the ending?"
Okay, so what's my character's arc here? Okay, where can I plot? Oh, right. Okay, I've got like a handful of scenes from the first act, and you haven't written the third act yet. Oh, brilliant, sick, yeah.
Well, Feige is a little lying piggy. That's what he is, because he says that they've never shot a film with an unfinished script, and it's like,
despite most actors
bullshit.
Coming out and saying it's exactly what they do.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I hope this doesn't come back to bite me in the ass one day. Like, someone's going through and doing like background checks on me, and they're like, this guy's dogging on the way we make films. We're not going to give him the role.
Feige bot has found out.
Yeah, I mean, that would be really gutting. If anyone's listening to this doing background checks on me, I love you, and I'm a hard worker, but like,
Fuck off.
but like, but like, fuck, man, like. It's such a, I don't know, I think that's just such an unhealthy way of making movies. Like, I don't know, I've never done it, like, so I wouldn't know if it's really that much more challenging than having a full script. But like, I don't know, it just, why would you take a chance on a film this important? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's just my opinion. But yeah.
Nah, you're right. It seems very backwards.
Yeah. But hopefully they can get this script done before they shoot. Kevin Feige has confirmed that Marvel is actively developing a new X-Men movie with the Thunderbolts director Jake Schreier to helm the film. We talked about this last month, so there's not a lot to cover on it. But that Feige himself has confirmed that they are actively working on this, and Jake Schreier said recently, that I can't remember what the exact quote was, but they're looking to a new, fresher take on the X-Men.
Younger,
and they're looking young.
They want cheaper actors, which is what they should have been doing anyway.
Oh, cast me! Well, just cut out the entire last topic. just pretend it never happened.
Okay.
Oh, cast me! I'll be Cyclops. But yeah, that's cool. I'm really excited by that. Jake Schreier is brilliant. I really loved the Thunderbolts, and I think that kind of tone and that kind of, like, I don't know, just the vibe and the messaging and the story and just everything, the way the characters felt like real people and with real problems, and I don't know, it really makes me excited for this take on the X-Men. And yeah, I mean, I think, and we'll talk about it in a minute, but like having seen the new Fantastic Four film, a film that I've been waiting for Marvel Studios to make for quite some years now, I'm ready for an X-Men film. Like, lay it on me. You know, I'm really jonesing for it, and make it bright, make it colorful, and just really yeah, I can't wait. I'm really excited for this. Yeah.
Very cool.
But yeah, it is. But Marvel have also said that they've got no sense of urgency on making a Blade reboot. Just as a little tag on the end of this topic, which is unfortunate, and also juxtaposition to what we heard just like a month or two ago, that they were
full steam ahead.
They were working on it, and they found someone, and they were heading in the right direction, and what have you. But I guess they're in no urgency, because they probably want to get past this reboot, and then they'll start working on Midnight Suns type stuff. And there is rumors that the next saga is either going to be the Mutant Saga, or the Cosmic Saga, or the Supernatural Saga. So if it is Supernatural, then obviously they will need your boy Blade for that. But yeah, does that conclude this topic, do you think?
Yeah, I don't have any other news. Feige, take everything he said 10 minutes ago and listen to it.
No, don't listen to it. Hire me. Hire me, please. I'm a big fan. I have been for years. Listen to all the other podcasts. I'm a real big fan. And also a very good actor with a great work ethic.
Okay, so the next topic. Superman. Yeah. I cannot believe it's been 3 weeks since this came out.
Insane. Yeah, time's flown by.
Absolutely.
Time's absolutely flown by. But yeah, I've since seen it again. I saw it with my girlfriend, and this is an important point that I'm going to make here, because she is not a superhero comic book fan. She's not a big nerd. She hasn't really seen any of these kind of films before. Like, she's seen the Tobey Maguire films from back in the day, and she's perhaps seen maybe a handful of stuff here and there, like an episode of Daredevil or Punisher or whatever. But she's not.
You don't like this?
She's not that she doesn't like it. She's just not clued in. She hasn't seen much of it. And we watched Superman, and she was like, she tried to pretend that she liked it at the end. And I went, "You didn't like it, did you?" And she went, "No, I like the dog." And I was like,
The dog.
"Okay." And then we talked about it, and she was like, she basically explained to me that like she had massive whiplash watching this film. She was like, "I have no fucking clue what's going on." Like this is like. So this is something I appreciate about this film, and also something that I don't appreciate about this film is that it throws you straight like head first into this new universe and into this. It doesn't apologize for being comic booky. It doesn't explain itself for being comic booky, but like, and don't get me wrong, it is definitely the most comic book film that we've ever had. It's not the best and it's not the worst, but it's definitely the most.
What about Fantastic
Four? And I think that for some people could be very
jarring?
Hard to follow and hard to get into and very jarring. She said, it was what didn't feel grounded in reality at all. I couldn't follow what was going on that well. And like, she's not stupid. Like she's very intelligent and she's very like, she's into sci-fi stuff and she's into like this sort of, but she was like, I could not, because it was like so,
it's very fast,
bombastic.
Yeah.
I couldn't place anything that was going on. I had no fucking clue. I was so like, yeah. And I think that is something that perhaps a lot of people are going to struggle with this film.
You need to have a sort of preconceived notion of what Superman is. Like, not that it expects you to know about the, like, you know, like you don't have to have watched any other Superman film. But you need to have the notion that you know the general basis of what Superman is, because it skips the origin, which is what people have been asking for, because you don't need to see the starting story. Most people will have known it by now, but like in your case here, they don't know it. But I guess
I mean, to be fair, she knew. No, she knows Superman's origin. Like she's about it. You know, like he's the most famous. One of the most famous superheroes in the world. Like
he's the template of superheroes.
Yeah, he was the first superhero, but like I think it was just like the way the story was crafted, and it was just I think it was for your general moviegoer audience. I think this is a hard one for people. This is a hard pill for people to swallow. I think, as opposed to like
a lot of people seem to like it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying people aren't liking it, but I think I definitely get where she's coming from. It was very comic booky. Like it is, like I said, it's the most comic book film we've ever had in ever. And that's not a bad thing, but I think just there are certain things that definitely hold the movie back from being even better, and I think that is potentially one of those things where it didn't breathe at all. It didn't take a minute. It didn't. And I understand that, you know, you've got to cut things out of a movie or else you end up with the fucking Snyder cut. But at the same time, I don't know. I just think it needed some more time to breathe. And I think especially if this new film that they're making is like a Superman and Supergirl versus Brainiac or whatever, like wherever you take Superman next, if it is bigger and bolder, that's the film where you maybe do less Earth stuff and you do less day-to-day stuff. But this needed to be that. I think it needed to be that film that took a minute and took a breath and showed his day-to-day. And I don't think it. And I know his day-to-day is being Superman. That's his other day job. That's why he's always late to work. That's why he's always whatever. But like, I think you needed more. I think you needed more Clark time. I think you needed more of Lois in the film. I think you needed more.
I don't know about Lois. You know, she's in a good amount.
She doesn't really do anything. Is
on that one?
You know?
No, she does. She's there a lot. She's there in the entire Mr. Terrific sequence. Like, she's not gonna fight anyone because that's not what she does. But she's there for a good amount of the film.
Yeah. I don't know. I think maybe what I mean is like maybe you needed more.
I think they needed them all together more. But I think they needed more of them all together, because they don't give the they definitely. It sounds really negative. This review, trust me, it's going to turn around, guys.
It's going to turn around. Yeah, I just think there were a few things we needed to get
around. Yeah. They needed more time for that. I think the film in general needed about 20 minutes more. I think. 15, 20 minutes. Uh,
Yeah, that's all it needed. Just another minute to sort of like to breathe and to just I don't
slow
know,
it
just
down.
set the world a bit more, because I know this world that he's setting up is a world full of metahumans and superheroes and what have you, and you know, and that's all very well and good, but equally, I think, you know, it is a world of people as well, and it's a world of, you know, that consists of the Daily Planet, and I don't think we saw enough of that. I think, you know, there was a lot of characters like Ron Troop. I don't think had a single line. If he did, it was barely heard, and it was like "Hey" or something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
They
And
didn't
I think
give
we
the.
definitely.
No, go on.
No. You please.
Okay. They didn't give the. They didn't get across very well or at all that like Jimmy Olsen is really friends with these people. At all.
No, this is true. Yeah. Like we've seen, you know, obviously just the fact that they are chatting at work every time we see them. We can gather that her and Lois are friends, him and Lois are friends, and whatever. But you know, we don't really get to see a lot more. We don't really get to see, I don't know. I just, yeah, like you said, we don't get to see that these people are, you know, are mates and stuff like that. And I think just seeing a little bit more of the day to day and what have you could have been beneficial to the film. I believe. But
Yeah,
yeah, that's kind of that's my sort of my main grievance with the film. And which is why I think it could have perhaps been a little bit better. And I loved the film. I really did absolutely love the film. And we'll get on to all the stuff we love about it in just a second. But I think it was important to maybe start off, especially because our non-spoiler review was mainly good stuff. And obviously because we've just seen the film, recency bias and what have you. But like, I think it's important to maybe start off with like stuff that we perhaps think could have been improved upon, and then we can jump into glazing the film a bit more. But yeah, I mean, overall, brilliant film. I think, you know, all the cast did an incredible job. James did a fantastic job with you know, understanding these characters and, you know, really just knowing who Superman is and what he stands for, and all these things that, you know, like you said, that, you know, the kindness that's seen as outdated in today's modern world. All of that was incredible. Do you want to get onto the big sort of like twist of the film that obviously we couldn't get into in our non-spoiler review?
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. I don't care about it as much as other people do. Assuming
me
we're
neither.
talking about the same thing, we could be talking. Yeah.
The fact that Superman kills Moran Park Kent halfway through the film.
Sorry, no, I was talking about when he puts on Rick Flag's shirt and says, "Superman, what a joke."
Oh, that bit. Yeah, I mean, I understand why people didn't like that bit, but you know, I fucked with it. No, the big twist in the film was that Superman's birth parents, they sent him this message. Jor-El and Laura Van. Fuck, what's her name?
Yeah, her.
Laura.
Yeah.
They sent Superman to Earth with a message in his pod that the Superman robots play when Superman is at the fortress because it soothes him. And apparently the message was damaged on the trip to Earth. So we only hear the first half of it, where they're saying, you know, they're basically saying, you know, we love you, my son. You know, we're going to send you to this planet where you can, you know, do good for these people and you know, spread hope. And the message pretty much ends there.
It's all like mumbled nonsense, or it's broken. I think after that, it's like corrupted.
Yeah. I mean, one thing real quick that I really did appreciate about the film is that they didn't speak English. They spoke Kryptonian, which is really cool. Something that they did recently in the My Adventures with Superman cartoon.
My son.
My son. You're from the planet Krypton.
And you must fuck the bitches on Earth.
Well, that's the big twist, yeah. So we find out once Lex breaks into the Fortress of Solitude, and the engineer decrypts the broken message. We find out, and he releases it to the public, and we find out alongside Superman that the other half of the message isn't in line with what we thought it would be. It wasn't more of the "I love you, we're going to miss you, look after the people of Earth and do good." It was the people of Earth are weak, and you can lord over them, and you can take a lot of different women and make a lot of babies and repopulate Krypton and have a new create new Krypton on Earth and rule over said planet that's quite the departure from the source material. And I think a lot of people who are perhaps more avid Superman readers than perhaps you or I are took a lot of issue with that.
I believe Smallville did nearly the same twist.
Yes, it did. It kind of did it, and then it backpedaled on it, and like
the Batman did,
or something. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So yeah, it did something similar to that. I mean, I wouldn't be, and it actually explored quite a lot of that when Supergirl was introduced to the show. I'm pretty sure, and I wouldn't be surprised if perhaps we see a little bit more of that in the Supergirl movie. Perhaps, maybe, I don't know, or even just see the sort of the general vibe of the Kryptonians and Superman's uncle and whatever. But yeah, people took a lot of issue with this. I totally understand it. Like I would be, like, I'm a huge Nightwing fan, and I've been trying to think of like an equivalent of it, but I can't really off the top of my head. But like I get it if they just did a Nightwing movie and there was a big core fundamental change to the character's sort of origin and history and whatever, I would be kind of pissed off about it too.
The reason I don't really care about it so much is that it works with the theme of the film.
Yes, exactly.
It literally, there's people. I don't want to ramble on too much and like get angry at what people are saying on the internet about it. But I will say in this case where there are people saying like, oh, but he gets rid of all of his Kryptonian heritage. He doesn't care about Krypton. He's human. But no, he doesn't. He's still using everything Kryptonian. He's still wearing the suit with the crest of his family on it. And the ending is saying that it's not saying that he's rejecting his Kryptonian heritage. It's that he's changing the perception and his family crest, the perception of that and what it means for something good. And that it doesn't matter where he's come from, that he's going to do good and change what people think of this logo that on his chest now, and what his... what's the word? His like mission statement is of what he's been sent here to do, and that he can take agency in it and be good.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, there's literally a line in the film that Pa Kent says where it's something along the lines of, you are not your parents, or, your parents don't get to make decisions for you, or, you are...
They give you the tools.
Something along the line of... Was that?
Something like, yeah. It was like, they give you, like, the tools for your life or whatever.
Yeah. And, like, the decisions you make, that's what makes you who you are. I think it's even in one of the trailers or something.
Yeah.
Like, like, that's the message of that, is, like, he was raised by the Kents, and obviously he had this perception, of what his birth parents wanted for him and on Earth, and that's what he strived for, and that was perhaps why he got into being a superhero in the first place. But just his core values and what he believes of not letting people die and saving people and being a good, honest, kind human being, that comes from him. That's what he, those are the decisions that he makes. He decides to wear his underwear on the outside of his suit because he doesn't want to intimidate people, because he knows he's powerful. He knows he can be scary. Like, that's him. That's his choices. It's nothing to do with why his parents sent him here. And I think that's an important thing for people to remember. Now, maybe things might have been different if he'd have heard the full message from day dot, but we don't live in that timeline. We live in a timeline where he didn't. So yeah, I understand the grievances. I really do. But I think it's one of those things where, you know, adaptations, as you know, a fantastic YouTuber that I listen to on a pretty much a daily basis says when he talks about the DCU, adaptations don't copy and paste. That's what Boba Talks always says in basically all of his videos. Adaptations don't copy and paste, you know, and that's an important thing to remember. And that it's okay to have different takes on stuff, even, you know, as long as it doesn't change the core of the character itself. Like Superman himself doesn't change because of that. It's just a thing as a part of his world and his history that is changed from the comics. So that's an important thing to remember. There's another thing though, off the back of that, and off the back of his core values, that I think some people have taken a bit of an issue with. So throughout the film, you know, he really preaches not killing and not letting a life die. And at the end, in his battle with Ultraman, he throws Ultraman in front of like a bus or whatever that is falling down the black hole, and then Ultraman therefore falls in the black hole. Now, I don't think he's dead. I think that's very intentional that he didn't just straight up die. And it's, don't get me wrong, this is no Zod neck snapping level stuff, but I just think that it's interesting, and I think a lot of people have brought up the fact that, you know, he was so willing to just sort of let Ultraman fall into a black hole where he doesn't know whether he's going to live or die or not.
I think that it can be perceived that he just wouldn't listen to him. Like, he's basically a mindless, like, grunt. I don't think that he would, if any other character in the film, like you see it with the engineer, with Lex Luthor, he isn't gonna hurt them unless there's no other way around it. And I don't think he has any reasoning with Ultraman whatsoever. He has no.
But then you say that, but then equally the kaiju was pretty mindless, or it seemed, you know, it wasn't mindless.
He's innocent though. I think that the kaiju was put in this situation. I think that Ultraman is created to be, you know, the antithesis of Superman, and literally using his face.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, and who knows where he's going? I think if he goes into that black hole, I think that leads to another universe or something like that, where he could, you know, whether it's an Earth 3 situation where he becomes a part of the Injustice Syndicate, or maybe just a Bizarro world, or, you know, something like that. I think could be.
I think they're going to merge the two. I think they're going to merge those two. Said it in the video that I made recently about the, like, what's going to be probably the, like, theories about what is next for the characters in Superman, and I said that they are probably, or in my mind, they're going to merge the Bizarro world and Crime Syndicate into one, like, thing.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would imagine. I would love to see him return as Bizarro. That would be really, really cool, and definitely something I can see happening for the character. But yeah, just another thing. This is really negative. This is a really negative review from me. But I promise I do love the film. But I think I've just kind of aired all the things I loved about the film in the non-spoiler review, and now I'm just like, I want to air a few of the things that are a bit spoilery that perhaps I didn't love so much. There's a recurring joke of Crypto being a bit overzealous and a bit, you know, playful and a bit of a nuisance, and he sort of jumps on people a lot. The only time that I really didn't appreciate that was at the very end of the film, when Lex is making his big speech, and, you know, Superman's just made his big speech, and then Lex is coming back with a rebuttal. And I think it would have been a nice moment to have either Lex finish his thought process, or have one of or cut to like the TV reporting, you know, the news report that, you know, Luthor Corp was behind, you know, the Baravian War and stuff like that. And you could have one of the Luthor Corp workers be like, "Oh, Lex, you got," and he's like, "What?" And you're like, you gotta look at this. And that's how he gets cut off. I don't think it was great that they cut him off during his big emotional speech with the dog attacking him for like the 50th time in that movie, doing that same joke. I don't know. I think that's just a little thing for me where I thought perhaps just one too many, or just poorly placed.
Well, he does it a lot. James Gunn does that a lot. He did it in Peacemaker as well, when he kills his dad and then like Vigilante's like yapping.
Yeah. I noticed it a lot in like Guardians 2
Yeah.
as well, stuff like that. Yeah,
Drax does it a few times, or he does it. There's a big moment, I can't think of it exactly. Haven't seen it in a few years, but he does.
Yeah, like
kind of
when
thing
Drax is like calling Mantis ugly and stuff like that. Yeah, that kind of thing. It's always a great joke, but I think sometimes it's just one too many, perhaps. Just that I think you could have just done without that one. I think it worked brilliantly on when they teamed up against Ultraman. I think it worked brilliantly every time he attacked Superman. At the end, I thought it worked brilliantly when he attacked Supergirl. I just think that one too many. I think with that Lex speech at the end, I think it would have been nice to have let that sit a little bit more, let that sink in without undercutting it. I think it undercutted the moment ever so slightly. But yeah, I think that's me done on things I didn't like in the film. I think the rest is just like, it's just great. It's just so good.
The music is great. It's actually really, really good.
Bro, I've been listening to that soundtrack so often. Like, it's crazy.
The cinematography is a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. I think the people complaining about like the wide camera stuff. I'm doing it again. I'm talking about people again. I like the cinematography. I don't like the bits of it like zooming in on people's faces, or like the wide camera being stuck right in front of their faces. I think it looks quite bad.
I think it looks bad. I just think it
looks really goofy.
I didn't mind that personally.
There's times where it looks fine, but the one that they said they changed from the trailer, which they changed it, but they didn't change it in the way I thought they were going to do, where he had like wonky eyes in the trailer because of obviously the camera being right in front of it. And they only changed like the way he's looking. They didn't actually change like the shot completely. That one looks still pretty bad, and I prefer the way the other Superman directors have done it than what
I think Man of Steel does it really well.
Yeah.
Man of Steel does it
the
really
flying
well.
Scenes are good.
Yeah, the flying in Man of Steel is really good. But I mean, the flying in this film is still really good.
I think it's all right.
But I think it has been executed better. But they tried something, and I like that. I appreciate that they're
they were trying to do what Top Gun Maverick tried and did better, but it works obviously better with objects rather than people, because it's very easy to make people look stupid.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, but otherwise, like you said, the cinematography is remarkable. I think the action sequences, the way they're shot are just so dynamic. It's like it's really enjoyable. It's really just like it hits a nice spot in my brain when I watch it. It's really, really cool and dynamic. They've actually just recently revealed like a behind the scenes thing on some of the action sequences, and just even the way those are shot, it just so good. And the color palette as well for the film, it's exactly what I've wanted for Superman for like the last fucking 15 years.
It's a lot better than the blue in the trailers looked. It had that weird blue.
That was just in the first trailer, though.
Yeah,
I think
they changed it as the trailers were coming out. It was a lot nicer.
Yeah, absolutely.
The one thing that I wish was in the film is the Day of the Week cards. And I think that we should stop these directors listening to these test audiences and just make what they want to make.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important that they take things on board, but I really think that would have helped to, like what I was saying at the start of this review, of just help break things down a bit and help things be a bit more digestible in terms of, this is the passage of time that we're working with.
Push the story along,
Yeah, absolutely.
They were awesome
and I think
in the
it worked
Suicide
really
Squad.
nicely. It worked really nicely in the Suicide Squad, like that kind of thing.
The title cards, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And it was always done in really inventive ways. I don't know if that would have been the case in Superman. Probably not.
You can tell where they were gonna be.
I tried looking out for that on my second watch, and I kind of forgot. I kind of forgot about it, and I couldn't really.
The bit, I'll tell you a couple of them. The bit at the start where he crashes into the snow, and it's the big wide shot. I think that when the text, like the at the start where it tells you, like the text crawl kind of thing. I think that when that fades away, I think it was going to have at the very top, or like over the snow, like Monday or whatever. And then there's one, when he gets his ass beat by Ultraman, and he's like, well, he's capturing him when he like submits and gives up.
Oh yeah.
And he gets his head smashed into the ground. Floor. Yeah, there's a big wide gap at the bottom where I think it was going to say what day that was.
Oh yeah, that would be like a little smash cut, and it comes up. Yeah,
when the building is toppling over, the giant building, and it's like a highway. I think that was going to have one there. That's a few of them.
Oh, that tickles something in my brain. That's juicy. I like that. I would have really liked to have seen that in the film. There's something about it makes it feel a little bit more, I don't know, dynamic. It makes it feel more, I don't know. Yeah, I like that. That tickles my brain in a really nice way.
Someone made a really good edit of it on Twitter. Like, it's exactly where I thought they were going to be. But there's also one where Superman is. Oh, it's when Clark Kent's walking through the the crowd of people. And he's trying to get to work. That's the one that I didn't really think about, but I guess I can kind of see it here.
Yeah, I suppose so, because it probably would have been the next day, wouldn't it? Maybe? Oh no, not necessarily. Maybe because I think maybe he's rushing because he was just fighting the Hammer of Baravia, so maybe it was the same day. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, that was pretty groovy. You know what? Something I want to mention is just so cool. I mean, Lex Luthor in this film is just like a generational hater. Like, he's so good, so villainous, so despicable, and like that point where he shoots that fucking guy, just that civilian, and he's just like so nonchalant about it. Like, it's supposed to be this threatening game where he's like spinning the barrel and asking a question. Superman refuses. He spins the barrel. The second shot, he's like, oh, that's a lot quicker than I expected it was going to be. Oh, well, let's get another guy. So fucking evil, man. So good.
He didn't have some moral mission. He just fucking hated Superman. It's so great.
Yeah, he's just a dick.
Yeah.
And I think that's incredible.
He's very Trump coded, I think.
You're right. Yeah,
I think there's a lot of the Trump things in there that I noticed.
Interesting. I never really picked up on that.
If we'd have, honest. I can't I remember coming out of the film thinking that, and I'd need to watch it again to be able to pinpoint exactly, because it's been 3 weeks since I've seen it. But if we'd have made the this spoiler review when we did the non-spoiler one, I'd probably be able to tell you.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things that people are calling this film woke for. It's not woke. It's not a political film, but it definitely has political elements in it.
If being anti killing people is woke, then I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Then we really are.
We've lost it. Yeah. The plot is gone.
Exactly.
You know what else is gone?
Yeah. What's that?
Clark's. Nearly. The one part of the film I thought was a bit weird. Was that Lois was going to break up with him?
Oh yeah. The fact
they were nearly gone.
Unsure about.
Yeah, I thought that was a bit odd.
Unsure about each other.
Because I think there was. It seemed very whirlwind. It's very. They hadn't been together for very long, but he was cooking in a house or apartment. It was her apartment, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. She's gonna hit him with a baseball bat or something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how he got in. I mean, obviously he's Superman, he can get in, but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, I think that's okay to be cooking in your girlfriend's apartment 3 months in, probably.
Yeah, it was months. I was thinking it was weeks. It was months, wasn't it? Never
No,
mind.
no, it's 3 months. Yeah. But yeah, I kind of like that though. It added a bit of stakes to like the personal stuff and like the human stuff, and like I think it was nice to kind of have like her not so sure about him because like she's like we're very different people. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't even mention General Sam Lane in this. Like I know he didn't appear, but like
Yeah, not even a mention.
But then also she calls a guy in the military or like in the US government or whatever, like for like to ask questions about like, you know, what's going on with Superman or whatever. I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised Sam Lane wasn't in this film.
That could have been him. Yeah, they could have done that.
Yeah,
but they had Rick Flag, the replacement character of Rick Flag.
Yeah, true.
And the lady from the Suicide Squad, which I didn't pick up, it was her. I was like, is that? I recognize her. It was.
Yeah,
it's the same lady that got arrested in the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, because she hits Amanda Waller over the head with a
broom.
It wasn't with javelins. It was a broom, yeah,
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, he hit her with something, knocked her out. Anyway, yeah. What is Rick Flag's job?
Cool old man.
Cool. Okay.
He's the leader of Argus, I think, because Amanda Waller.
I don't know if he is at this point. I know he is in Peacemaker season 2.
Nah, he is at this point because Amanda Waller's gone by now. She's gone after Peacemaker, or after Creature Commandos.
Yeah, I guess that was probably
what. Yeah.
Yeah, she would have been gone after that.
I never thought about that. Would she though?
Well, I think what it probably would have been is like it probably wasn't an immediate firing after Leota outs her. They probably
but she's in Creature Commandos, and that's after Peacemaker, I believe.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is there probably had to be some like investigations made, and while those investigations were being made, she had to go a bit more covert and a bit more off the books with Task Force M in Creature Commandos, and then by that point, the stuff was probably found out about her and confirmed, and then okay, yeah, we've reached a decision. You're being let go.
Yeah.
Rick Flag, you're gonna step into her position. I think is probably how it went down. But yeah, I liked his inclusion in the film. I kind of find it funny that he's like, so far, him and Guy Gardner are like the most consistent characters in the DC universe, which is hilarious. It's a hilarious timeline we live in.
I wish Maxwell Lord was in it more. I thought he was going to be in it more than just one like little TV thing.
You see, I did and I didn't, because like I remember James Gunn saying that he's not in Peacemaker, like he's not in Superman, like he's in it, but he's not really in it. So I wasn't really expecting a lot, but
I think one scene with him in the Justice Society, the Justice Gang, would have been fine.
Yeah, that could have been cool.
So why are they? I'm thinking why. So they're looking for a new member in, Peacemaker, right?
They're probably looking for loads of new members. They're probably trying to
expand it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking, are they not just going to hire Metamorpho? He literally like basically helps them at the end of this film.
Oh no, he's probably on the team, but they probably want even more.
I fucking love that scene where he's like, "Oh, Justice Gang, I like that name." And Guy Gardner turns around and is like, "All right." He's like,
"Yeah." He's like, "Ah, no,
this guy."
Hawk goes like, you should join the team. And he's like, no, not this fucking guy.
Yeah.
He's ugly. He's like, I like that name. And all of a sudden he's like, you're in.
No, he's so fucking good.
I loved those characters, man.
So
good.
I cannot. I'm looking forward to Lanterns. I think that a lot of people are going to think that it's probably not going to be very good because the premise of the show is so different to what people want from Green Lantern, but I think it's very much needed to settle the audience into knowing what Green Lantern actually is and not what fucking Ryan Reynolds and that movie tried to say it was.
Very true. But as long as they actually do what Green Lantern actually is, though, and they don't try and course correct too much and just make it too different in a different way. I don't know.
They are still detective people and like protectors at the end of the day.
The only thing that I'm really sad about is that Guy Gardner has only filmed scenes with Jon Stewart. I love his dynamic with Hal in the comics. I would have really loved to have seen that, even just one scene of that, and them sort of butting heads in Lanterns. I would have loved seeing him and Carl Chandler interact. Do you reckon their scenes are at like Hal's funeral or something?
Well, that's what I was thinking, that if he's the general thought me and Brandon have here is that Hal is gonna Hal's dead in the show. He's dying, and what's his name? Guy
John.
and John. Yeah, the funeral bit. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think that having that scene of them arguing, but then obviously he's at the funeral and he's already upset actually that he's dead now, would be a lot more powerful and better than like, oh, you gotta know that in the comics they don't, they don't always get along.
Yeah, that could be interesting. I think I really hope they don't kill Hal, but I can see that happening.
It depends if they go. Obviously, the DCU. I don't think it's going to be as linear as like the MCU is, where they're gonna bounce around times a lot. So they could still technically do a younger Hal Jordan thing, but it seems odd that they're killing him in the very first thing.
I mean, I've been really jonesing for a Green Lantern core video game that's like set in the past during Hal's heyday. That way you can get Carl Chandler back, and the de-aging won't look goofy because it's a video game.
It's a video game, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that would be like a proper like
I think
Marvel Spider-Man like level.
The only issue with that is that the constructs aren't as imaginative as a movie could be, because obviously in a video game you'd have to have a set selection of what you can do.
Yeah, but you could do some pretty wild stuff in there still.
You could turn him into a teapot like Mr. Fantastic in the Lego Marvel game. They can make a Green Lantern teapot.
Yeah. 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 I don't know, man. God, just even thinking about it now, I'll be so gutted when they. I'm gonna say if, but it's probably when they kill Hal. But yeah, I'm just so fortunate to have a great Guy Gardner currently. I mean, I'm as a big Batman Brave and the Bold fan, or rather, as me and you both being big Batman the Brave and the Bold fans. Seeing a live action Guy is really exciting stuff.
Yeah, he was perfect. Mr. Terrific was fucking awesome as well.
Just aura farming at every chance.
The all of the cast were pretty good. Jimmy Olsen was good. The little
Girl, Metamorpho, everyone, Baby Joey, they were all swell. They were all really, really good. And I can't wait to see more of them, and I can't wait to see what's next for the DCU. But yeah, I think that wraps up what I have in my head to say at the minute. There's I'll probably end the recording and be like, fuck, I should have said that. But I think I'm done here. And
we've been here a good while talking about this. It was just really good, and I hope that it's not too long before we see more of these characters, because they're all really great, and I'd like to see them all again.
Absolutely.
In Peacemaker Season 2, coming out in this month. Well, next month, but this month.
Hell yeah. Okay, yeah. So that's that for that topic. You did quickly mention the Fantastic Four. I think I'll just quickly give my thoughts on it. Obviously, I have done a non-spoiler review on a YouTube short, but I really love that film. I gotta see it again, but it's really tight between that and Superman for me. I think. I think something about the pacing of Fantastic Four just made me feel a little bit happier. But yeah, I've got to see it again. But it's definitely worth a watch for anyone who's still listening to this podcast. And yeah, it just perfect. I was really skeptical about certain things about the film, but honestly, I really enjoyed it. And also I saw that with my girlfriend as well, and she really genuinely did love that one. And I think it was a far more digestible film for general audiences, and I hope it does well at the box office, because I hope it shows Marvel that they should be making more movies like that, and more things, shot practically and with a bit more visual flair and what have you. And I think we definitely need more of that kind of vibe in the MCU going forward. Matt Shackman again kills it with period type stuff, and I hope they get him back for more stuff in the future, whether that be Fantastic Four or anything else. But he seems to. I hope they at least get the writers back for the sequel of this film, because they really nailed the vibe of these characters. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on Fantastic Four to wrap up this podcast. This has been a long one. We've been yapping for quite a while, but I knew this would be a long one, because the amount of fucking topics is just insane. Just all of a sudden, Kevin Feige and James Gunn decided to come out and start yapping themselves about everything that's going on in their universes right now. So, but yeah, I'm feeling a bit under energized at the minute. So I'm gonna say my goodbyes. We have more videos coming out soon. I'm currently working on a video about the DC mural that was in the Hall of Justice in Superman, and all the heroes that are featured on it. James Gunn recently gave us a HD look. Will tells me he's cooking some stuff up. Is that true?
Stuff.
Will's making stuff.
I'm making stuff.
So yeah, I hope you stick around for that stuff. We have, I don't know, I think this is a new development since this month's podcast, but we have crossed the 400 subscriber threshold. Exciting times. It's been a long time coming, but I'm really grateful to everyone who's become a part of the channel, who's become a fellow geek of the multiverse. But yeah, plenty of stuff to come over the next sort of month or so. But until then, I've been Brandon.
I've been Will.
And we'll catch you in the next one.